Welcome, guys. Seen something funny, so I went ahead and created a lot of assets to see if I can do it. Let me go ahead and type in the chat here. All right, that's okay. Kind of need to set the filters up for all of that. So, y'all don't mind me doing some filtering real quick. See, the bottom needs to increase. Right side needs to increase. Bottom needs to come up more. Seems good. Left side, right side seems good. Now let's make sure it didn't adjust itself into oblivion on the other screens. Yep, kind of did, but not too bad. Let's bring this down there. All right. Where's the oh, that's good. Same size. Let's go ahead and move this up. Have a new commercial or a meme commercial I created. All right. All right, let's get on it.
If you're getting a bottle of water to take away, you should not be expected to pay 30% on top of that. And something that really annoys me is when you go to get something like takeaway, and let's say the price is like $7. In a lot of states, you have sales tax. So you're paying the sales tax and the tip on top of that. So you end up seeing the final price of like 14.
Yeah, the math ain't mathing. So if you got $7, okay, the only way to end up with 14 is if you do what we call 50% addition. So the $7 that you start off with, you take 50% of that, $3.50, you add it on top, it makes it $10.50. $10.50 plus 8.25% sales tax. So let's roughly round that up at the same percentage rate. So now it's 10%. So 10% of this new $10.50 is now a whole dollar. So that makes it 11. And then 20% gratuity, which would be $2 on 11 cents, $2 and some change. So we're looking at $13.75 roughly. That's the only way to get close to 10, which means that this guy has no idea how math works, or at least in America, where we think we got it down pretty good because at $7 at 8.25% tax, which is your average, because some places you'll see a 3%, 6%, 10%, 12%, just depends on how bad this place is. So if you go to any regular town that's predominantly what we call red or Republican, you're going to find these lower tax rates. But if you go to any of the the ones they push around the world to y'all foreigners, which is why they push them to y'all because Americans don't go there. It's full of liberals and Democrats, and that's like New York, the whole state of California almost. Uh, let's see, even in Texas where I'm at, we have 5 places that are being taken over, and I'll name them in order of worst to not quite there yet. Let's see, it'd be Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston. Well, it'd be yeah, Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth, uh, Austin, and then San Antonio. So those are our blue cities, where they're messing up our cities at. So be careful going there. But in general, $7 plus 8.25% sales tax. So you if you even if you just do the 10% rounding up for this, so $7, 10%, that's 350, that's $11. And then the gratuity on a $7 meal at 20%. So 767 plus 8, 9, $10. So you're looking at a $7 meal only being $10 with a 20% uh, gratuity, which, uh, depending on where you go, if it's a restaurant, not fast food joint, not a donut place, and those kind of places, but a restaurant that has dedicated wait staff, bus boys, and everything, uh, those people stand around a lot just folding, doing all the work, prep work on food, on the plates, getting them clean, on those nice linen napkins with your silverware inside of them. That's all done by the wait staff, the hostess, the bus boys or women. Uh, that's what they do on their off. They actually have to complete certain amount of those things before they can leave at the end of their shift. So they're actually working overtime for nothing. Uh, and that's why tips are kind of a culture in that scenario because you're actually paying for two different services. You got the cook staff and the owner supplying the building, the atmosphere, and the food and the deliciousness of the food. And then you got the wait staff, which is the hostess that knows where to sit you according to what your needs are or your reservations, uh, your amount of guest, seating area, smoking, non smoking, or whatever, whether you want to have the private back room upgrade or sit out with everyone else. I mean, this lady or man does a lot to figure out where to put you for your best experience from his experience. And then the next people you'll meet will be the wait staff who will bring out the hidden people, the bus boys, things like your extra plates, napkin rolls. If there isn't enough napkins with the silverware inside, they'll bring out a couple extra of those. Uh, they bring out your drinks, of course, your free water, ice water, or tea, or wherever the place is. They don't get paid for none of that. That is all off of tips because that is a service they're providing while standing around watching you and noticing when you get to a certain point that you usually ask for a refill. So if you ask for a refill when your cup is 7 inches long and the bottom two, and the ice is halfway filled still because you drank it that fast that it still has half a cup of ice in it, but the liquid's only half of the ice level. And that's where you ask for your first refill. That waiter, regardless of their gender, that waiter will remember that for every individual that there is in their section. And that could be anywhere from 1 table to 20 tables or possibly more if they're good at it. Uh, and they'll remember every time, and they'll be standing there literally watching you as you drink, and this right before you hit that point, they go get your drink in a pitcher or whatever it is for their serving, bring it directly over you, and so by the time you're taking your last drink going, I need another refill, they're already on their way with the exact drink. And so the people always ask, No, no, this is Diet Coke. And the waitress will say, or waiter will say, yes, I know, that's what this is, sir. And you're amazed by it, but that's just what they're doing over there. That is their first and foremost job, is to make the customer feel very welcome. And we hire people who truly feel that way about the customers and other people. Uh, so that's the tipping culture explained in in a nutshell. That is American culture. You are literally having somebody like a personal butler figure you out and understand everything to make your dining experience fast, enjoyable, and you not wait around for bull crap uh, the whole time. And they treat you like you're just the one person they're concentrating on, even though they're actually doing it for hundreds of people around them, and even helping other wait staff out watching the same thing. So that's tip culture. And so that's why the math ain't mathing with this guy. He's generalizing just quite a bit too much. So let's finish this.
$15 because some places just kind of force it on you.
All right. So some places just kind of force it on you. I explained that. No, if you're buying a water bottle, there is no gratuity tax for it. So those people are ripping you off. Report them, please. They are not supposed to be doing that. A gratuity tax is when somebody literally is doing something extra in the business. So if a cash register at a gas station walks outside, pumps your gas for you, cleans your windshield wipers, then comes back in and says, "Hey, it's $20 in fill up plus a 20% gratuity," you wouldn't complain because you know he went out there and did something for that 20% gratuity, right? He filled it up for you. You didn't have to get dirty. You were able to go use the restroom, get your kids to use the restroom, get them all bought their candy and stuff, and then get back to the car, and the windshield's clean now. You can see out it better. You're safer. You have a tank of gas. And so that's what a gratuity tax is for. If any place that doesn't offer that extra service just offers the single product, uh, and they're charging you a gratuity tax here in America, report them. Straight report them. Make a video about it. Post that shit because that is not American at all. We're sorry for y'all foreigners for seeing those kind of people. We're trying to get those kind of people out of our country right now. Uh, but anyways, y'all had fun with this video. Wasn't trying to make fun of the travelpoor.com on TikTok guy. Uh, I was just trying to help foreigners understand our tax system and our tipping culture and why it is important for how we see it and why it is the way it is. Give me a second. Something is warning. No. All right. Sorry, it was saying my stream was poor. I clicked the button and it went back to excellent. I don't know why it stated poor. But anyways, thank you for commenting, and subscribing. See y'all in the next one. Go follow Traveler Poor if you want. Give him a like at least for the video content. In the description is all the information needed, including the videos that I do use. Will always be the first thing down there. Give them recognition if you can. Love y'all. Have a good time.
Quit your jibber jabber. You ain't hurt. You pathetic. If I ever catch you acting like a crazy fool again, you're gonna meet my friend Pain.